Welcome, everyone, to this Week 4 action, Division 8 of TPL, between 27th Field Artillery Regiment and Panzer PZLD. I'm going to be your host today, Mr. Night Falcon, as we go on the dark fields of Sainte-Marie-Du-Mont night, fighting over Dugout, and I couldn't be happier to be with you guys here on a Sunday evening. Here at Falcon Studios, we had some little technical difficulties that happened throughout the course of the last couple days, but we are happy to be here, happy to be working with you, and be able to broadcast this match for you. So let's jump right into it here and talk about some of the rules that we're going to be working with today, just like we have with every other TPL match. Rules, one man arty, one man and one man only. We don't want anybody helping, getting on those guns, helping them load, do anything else. They're going to need to be on the same gun the entire time. They can't swap around. And if they don't follow those rules, some coding is built into the server that automatically kills some friendlies, and so we don't want to see that happen. So one man only. Indestructible nodes as well. Once they get them up, we want them to stay up so both teams have the availability to draw as much resources as they need or as they can get, and that's going to be the same. How they handle it from that point on, how the commanders take it and work with it, that's up to them. And then as of right now, there's still the Panther ban in effect. So no Panther's going to be rolling out. Another one that's not listed on this rules is the commanders are not going to have the ability to use the new artillery strike commander ability. So if they use that, it's going to be a no-no, and could see some disciplinary action come around from that. We still want to keep things as evenly as possible, especially with this new update that's rolled out, to try to help with the tanks and whatnot. We are still assessing everything as we can, but as of right now, those are the rules that we're working with. So let's look at Division 8, see where we're currently sitting. So these two are sitting at the top three here. 27th Field Artillery is sitting 2-0. PZLD sitting 2-1, having lost to the 11th Infantry Division, who won their match yesterday. And so we are actually flipping right now. So we're going to be moving over in just a few moments. Let's go ahead and talk through this, though, as this match could definitely have some good ramifications here going into the final half of the season. So let's talk a little bit about how these two teams compare. So popping up these stats here, as I was saying, record here, 27th had one bye already, so they are sitting 2-0 instead of having a third match sitting there. And the record for PZLD, 2-1. Now, KPM stands for kills per minute. What this basically averages out is it takes the total amount of game time that each team has had, and then it also divides that by, it basically takes the number of kills that they have and divides it by the total game time. And so over the course of two matches, 27th Field Artillery has been able to average about 6.14 kills as a team per minute, whereas PZLD is sitting about 6.03. So about the same when we're sitting about team KPM. Let's talk about the armor KPM, though. So armor over the course of two matches for 27th is sitting at 0.14 for the course of those two matches. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they play their armor groups into the match today and see what kind of effect they can have as they look to try to hold out and win this victory here. On the other hand, PZLD has been averaging an armor KPM of 1.23. So as of right now, they definitely have that advantage when it comes to the benefits that they have there. Artillery, though, on the other hand, because this is a 35s division, we find that artillery doesn't quite get as many kills as other places do, as you would in maybe your 49 versus 49. And so as of right now, we're sitting at 0.49 artillery KPM, and then a 0.75 KPM on the PZLD side. And so another stat that I wanted to call out, 27th Field Artillery, their matches have all been 5-0 victories in their favor and have been won in under 90 minutes. Whereas PZLD has lost one. They've won 3-2, and they've won 5-0, but that one took all 90 minutes. So 27th has come in, hasn't played a full 90-minute match yet, and PZLD coming in, having a couple different 90-minute matches under their belts, but definitely able to grind it out. So it'll be interesting to see if PZLD can come up here, give 27th some headaches here to get them started, and can kind of push them off their game. See how these KPM figures go into the effect here. So we are in for a good one here. Let's go ahead and switch over to our game cast and see what we have cooking up here on the 27th Field Artillery side, which is the side I'm broadcasting from today. So as of right now, we have got our medium tank coming out of the middle towards the left side. One transport truck, two transport trucks, and default supply truck with another transport truck coming out of the middle over on cattle sheds. So we're going to stick it here and see if we have any snipes that come out from our 27th friends or even from the PZLD side. Fighting here over Dugout. Initial supply drops are dropping down. Allies a little bit favored. Axis are a little bit favored in getting this first cap. So it's going to be big for PZLD to try to get as many bodies into this point as they can, as we see the Allied supplies are dropping right outside of Dugout, in hopes of trying to get that initial garrison up if they are going to devote all their bodies here into the midpoint. So let's see. Got supplies dropping. Trucks coming in. Initial Axis trucks coming in just through Hugo's farm. Cream Puffs pops out as trucks continue to move on up. Lux is moving up in as well. Commander Osiris running around with his supply truck there in the back. And so it doesn't look like I've seen any rockets come out yet. We're just looking to try to establish. Looks like PZLD looking to establish, of course, down in the 3-story complex here. 27th going straight to hard cap here. Initial arty shell may have gotten one person, but it looks like it missed the truck as a flare comes out for PZLD. So as of right now, it's 27th right in the hard cap here. Misguided, though, is about to come up against a whole wall of PZLD here, taking out two of them. Vegas, though, coming on the backside, is able to get guided there, so guided's gone. As cap pressure is starting to tick away, 420, ticking back in favor of 27th here. We got the P4 pulling right up into the middle here. Lux spraying into the point. Go ahead and zoom on out here just a little bit, as it looks like that, yeah, medium Sherman has gone off on the left side here. So another thing to keep in focus, and we'll come back to this plenty today, is with the new update, I can actually see both sides now. And so we will dive into those map breakdowns here momentarily once this initial cap goes up here to kind of see what we're looking at. So there's that initial transport truck that's now gone up in smoke. Those new kind of 3D looking effects here for those destroyed vehicles. Now, it looks like Command Chat has been able to mark out both the Lux and the PZ4 that are, the Panzer IV. They're trying to hold off on this backside hill as PZLD is still having the cap majority, but it's starting to tick back in favor here at 27th. More flares coming out. Steroid Squirrel was taken out by Jay Shave. Royal down here just trying to fight off what he can here. But Roar XD coming on the backside, able to take out Royal. Eli Pope hoping a little bit of smokescreen will help shield him from the onslaught of the PZLD guys coming up here from God Hill. So much of the 27th that was in hard cap no longer is there, and because of that, that pressure that PZLD is able to keep putting on to him is making that tick. And it looks like that spawn wave for 27th was able to get that cap favor moving back in their direction. So multiple times we've seen this go back in the favor of PZLD, and then multiple times we've seen it go back here in favor of 27th. So we got definitely a very good armor fight going here over the side. It looks like both tanks are starting to engage themselves, but this medium Sherman is smoking, whereas that Panzer IV is not in trouble yet, and that Panzer IV is able to get that final racket shot here onto the medium. So that's going to take out the first medium tank here for 27th, giving PZLD a major armor advantage here as they're looking to try to get something back. Now, they will be able to turn around and get that spawned in very quickly when it comes to a new medium Sherman, but that first Tiger, or that first 76 is not going to be available for about 2 minutes and 45 seconds. So PZLD using that armor advantage now that they have, slowly pushing up. We've got one OP here from the backside. It looks like E Squad's OP in the backside of Dugout that keeps being able to funnel people in. But 27th starting to lose more and more bodies here on the cap as PZLD is moving more and more bodies in. So as we near 2/3 of the way capped here for PZLD, we are looking to try to see what 27th might be able to do to respond once they get this point taken from them. Lux pushing up into the point here, trying to gain that ground that they've been able to get. Misguided, getting a shot on the front of it, but unfortunately, that rocket not going to do too much to it as it was coming from the front armor. Even with the updates and the little help they gave to the bazooka, it doesn't seem like they have been able to do too much as the bazooka is still unable to pin that front armor of the Lux. And with it, we have this initial cap that's going to go to PZLD. So let's zoom out. Let's take a look and see how many of these OPs get back up here for 27. So I and N immediately on it, C on it as well. Let's see if E squad or H squad is going to be able to get it. H squad's been eliminated. And that initial Lux is gone. E squad able to get their garrison right back up. So good work on 27th to go ahead and get those garrisons, or sorry, not garrisons, but outposts right back up. Try to not lose that ground. And you can see that they've been able to help keep bodies in that point here to try to keep the pressure on to Dugout as PZLD slowly but surely is moving in as they now control all of God Hill here on the eastern side. Misguided though, coming up behind this Panzer IV, able to get a rocket on it. Won't be able to take it completely out now due to the situation here. But we're going to have to manage our own, it looks like our own scoreboard here real fast. So let's go ahead and get this ready here. Misguided, just toying around with that PZ4. All right. Okay, we'll come back to this here in just a second. Make sure we get our timer up and going. Four, three, two, one. All right. Okay, we'll go ahead and turn off our server stats now. It looks like that Panzer IV may have just gotten blown up as we were working. Nope, looks like Panzer IV is still floating around here. Just a transport truck. And a Stuart tank that was looking to try to get behind was removed. So that is now gone. All right, let's take a look and see if we've got everything working the way that it should now. Nope, we still have our server issues here. So let's go here. On. All right. Gonna fix this here, but 27th is starting to get some numbers into the point area here to be able to get things moving back in their direction. So good work on their part to be able to continue flooding bodies into that. 27th, or PZLD still working to try to keep, still holding the cap majority at the moment, but we know that it's very close to teetering back and forth here, so keep our eyes on this. All right. There we go. Finally got it removed. Everything appears to be working in the way that it should. So let's go ahead. We're going to zoom out here now and get an idea of what we are looking at from the full overhead view of the Falcon Cam. So PZLD getting garrisons up here on the back side of Dugout. But also 27th looking pretty good on the garrison network here. So one thing they do have kind of to their advantage is they do have the offset points up into cattle sheds, which is going to make it a little bit more difficult, especially in these 35 on 35 matches, because PZLD is not going to be able just to get up into this gardens area and then push down into Bucourt Battery. They're going to be forced to go ahead and they're going to have to get this area right here of gardens, but then they're also going to have to secure this area down here, which as of right now, 27th is doing very well at holding that, as those OPs are not even lit up. And in fact, we've got one active garrison right here, meaning there isn't an enemy within 100 meters, G-Squad being the only one that could possibly cause problems there. So this is going to be a big area right here for 27th to keep focusing up people down this road, but they cannot lose out on this main road up in gardens. It'll be interesting if PZLD is going to be able to get bodies there. But we do have a bombing run coming in here for Commander Loot Sauce. And let's take a look and see. It doesn't look like anything is there at the moment that it's going to hit. So oh, negative. That is a Axis bombing run coming in here for PZLD. So on the other hand, that could do a little bit of damage. Not going to take anybody out. Jay Shave able to get away from that bombing run by the skin of his teeth. Close shave there for that bombing run, but the bombing run did take out one allied player there. Unfortunately, going to be the lone offering for that bombing run, as Hugo Stilts looking to try to get stuff here. FS Spacey says, nope, I saw what you were trying to do there, Hugo, and I'm not going to let you take that drop here, as he is able to eliminate him. Oh, but the Panzer IV is able to go ahead and save the supply drop and have it there for his guys to be able to get back to. Got his staff and Chalet now just pushing on down here into the point, trying to get what they can. Let's go ahead and we'll clear our little marker there. I apologize for having that there for a moment. But let's take a look and make sure everything else is moving along just all right, as Ice Warrior is able to get up and take out that supply truck. So using the bazooka, 2 good skills here. So very good work on getting that supply truck taken out. Supplies are still sitting here, though. So it'll be interesting to see if PZLD can get up and get that garrison built. But zooming on out here, let's go ahead. PZLD in firm control here of the hard cap as Jay-Z, Cosmetic, and Well Wet Waffle are doing what they can to make sure nobody gets down into that area. Roar XD also moving on Misguided. Misguided, though, able to take him out as we get a spawn here for the 27th here. We're going to keep our focus here. See where this battle goes off here as Eli Pope and Jay-Z look to square off. And JP Walk looking to go well off Well Wet Waffle as Eli Pope takes out Waffle. Jay-Z, though, saying, hey, hang on, I'm still here. But looks like smoke grenades deployed by the 27th, able to shield up a little bit of the advantage here. So Misguide is able to get up into the trenches there. And now cap progress is coming in for 27th as they are flooding bodies all the way down that road. Just as we were mentioning before, they now own this road here for the 27th as a strafing run comes in from PZLD, taking out some of those guys coming off of that OP right there for E-Squad. But Cosmetic now the lone man or woman, lone soldier back here for PZLD here in the hard cap. Demonic, though, with the scoped rifle. Let's see if he's able to see him. Cosmetic, no. Cosmetic takes out Demonic, though, alerting him, Diggy, to his presence here. Diggy getting an angle, trying to peek it, and he is able to take out Cosmetic. So good work on the 27th part. Go ahead and clear this area out as we continue to see cap progress coming in for the 27th. So this Panzer IV, now recognizing what trouble they're in, is looking to try to get up into the point, but that's only going to bring him into the area of Ice Warrior, who is unfortunately going to be eliminated with that Panzer IV taking out that threat. But nearing a third of the way capped here for 27th. Imperfect Rogue moving on up. Misguided taking out Voss 21. Could have been imperfect rogue as well, but teamwork makes the dream work. So we're going to say that it was teamwork there. Is Roar able to get back in, take out imperfect, as we are now nearing about 60% of the way capped here for 27th. 27th moving plenty of bodies here into the point and continuing to put that pressure on with this P4 now being the only person here. Orange able to see that the satchel got put on, but he is unfortunately taken out. Still Max able to get the satchel on as this Panzer Ford now forced to just go ahead and get on back. But we are nearing about 15 seconds left on that satchel, so let's see if anybody in that tank's going to be able to get out and get it. Cosmetic, though, running up, trying to do what he can to help out. Cosmetic moving on the satchel, but does not take it out. This tank is going to go up in smoke, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Orange trying to work it out, got a spawn off, but with that, the Panzer IV is gone. So 27th, good work from them to go ahead and get this up, as now we see a 76 here who would have been able to just eat that Panzer for breakfast if that satchel wouldn't have been able to get him. And with that, Cap, 27th now leads it 3-2. All right, good capture by the 27th. Let's do a quick breakdown of how this capture did take place and see where we are working at now. That point has shifted. So moving on here. All right, so we can see what we originally had. 27th still owning this major area, able to get a garrison up very quickly. Good for them to be able to get that moving. And from there, they were able to go ahead and push off of that garrison here at the 5 points intersection, moving into the point. That's where we saw the majority of our push, but we also had our help here coming from the west side from the help of E Squad. So they were able to get down here, get this OP set up, which allowed them to clear off this main area, which prevented PZLD from continuing to flood bodies up and in. So multifaceted approach here for 27 to go ahead and get this point capture. But with that, very good execution on their part to be able to utilize those key areas into the point here, as now PZLD is forced to retreat. We've got 2 OPs up here for PZLD. But this now is tilted majorly in favor of 27th, as now they own this entire portion of the road and down into the complex here of this 3-story building. So that'll be big for them to be able to continue holding this point. And with them not having an offset point into Hugo's farm, they're going to have an easier time than PZLD did in their offset point, unfortunately, trying to get over into cattle sheds. All right, so here we are about 20 minutes into this match. We've already had point captured twice. First by PZLD, and then 27th able to overpower and strong arm their way in to be able to go back up 3-2 with Dugout on this midpoint. And so both teams able to secure the point. As of right now, we are currently working with, let's see. Just going to look to see if we could see on the admin side what the current kill counts look like, but as of right now, unfortunately, it's not going to break it down for us by the team. It's just going to break it down to our top killer right now being Brolo with the 150 millimeter howitzer. So already coming in clutch here for, I believe that's going to be the 27th. Let's go ahead and we're going to zoom on back here, give him a little bit of FaceTime. Lost Sauce moving around on cattle sheds, just making sure it's all safe back there. Oh, nope, we got Haggard Goat back here. So, Brolo is PZLD artillery back here for the Germans. Just doing what he can. Now, we've got, it looks like a little half-track moving up here around 5 points here for the Axis. So this will be interesting to see if Commander Osiris and his squad will be able to get people up there. I don't see any 27th members responding to this, so very good work here from Commander Osiris to go ahead and get this half-track up in an area where this tank, as we can see in the background there, just by that E infantry marker that popped up, that 76 is right there, and unfortunately is unaware that it is located in this trench. So good work on PZLD's side to go ahead and know that that area was available and that it would protect that half-track a little bit. So that's going to open up the attack here a lot for PZLD if they're able to get that garrison out, which they have it Warm, but F Squad appears to be the only person moving back in that direction to potentially take that out. Gray Fox potentially seeing it as well, but Osiris able to get that garrison out. So with that, PZLD is going to be able to start having numbers push up in forward, and they should start getting that spawn here very quickly on that half track. And speak of the devil, there it is. There's the spawn on the half track. So already bodies back for PZLD on the backside, looking to control that 5 points area. So just like it was vital for 27th to go ahead and get that, PZLD with a massive spawn wave off of that half track here, is Shave and Imperfect Rogue are just trying to get back and react to what's going on back here, as they don't know exactly what's there. So I'd imagine we're going to start seeing some flares, or potentially Commander Lot Sauce running a recon plane up here potentially to see what is going on, as Steroid Squirrel is in the area of Shave, who was able to get that garrison back up, but it is Warm. Shave just trying to make himself not known, embracing his inner squirrel, kind of hiding in that back corner. He is not locking the garrison out, so people will be able to get spawned in here, but he's got an angle at him that he should be able to get more and more bodies at him. Imperfect Rogue, though, running right past Steroid Squirrel. Steroid Squirrel moving very minimally to try to prevent himself from not being shown there. Imperfect Rogue was taken out by the most recent spawn here. Steroid Squirrel making the move onto the garrison here. Shave, though, noticing that's locked out, does not see Steroid Squirrel, though. Steroid Squirrel able to get that up. So very good work from sneaky little Steroid Squirrel to get that garrison up, as now we have that flare popped up from the Allied, from the Axis forces, trying to figure out where in the world everybody is there. So actually, it could very well be from... Nope, that... I don't know. I'm still working with this new update here to figure out, you can see the flares and you can see everything from both sides. So, with that, we'll just go ahead and chalk that up to being a PZLD flare, because wasn't able to see any other dots there. Precision Strike coming in, though, missing the 76, but heavily damaging it. So... Biscuits and his crew having to pop on back here, try to get a little bit of help from the hillside. But unbeknownst to them, we've got a Panzer IV with Commander Rev and his crew coming up from the backside here. So that will be interesting to see if they'll be able to get a shot on him, because they are now heavily damaged. That 76 very well could go away in as easy as one hit from an AT or an AP round. Or an AT round, goodness sakes. But it looks like Commander was able to ping that out, and he knows that it is coming their way. So with that, we will keep an eye on that quick battle here, as that appears to be the only tank for 27th Field Artillery to be out on the map at the moment. However, Cosmetic here, running the STG class, does have the satchel. Still max, though, right there. Cosmetic able to get it out. Good work from Cosmetic. Cosmetic moving up onto the play here from the 76. Gotta get his... Oh, okay, it looks like Biscuits and his crew is aware that he is there, but unfortunately, Satchel from Cosmetic does go on the ground. However, that 76 needs to clear the area. With it being damaged so much, that Satchel could still prove to be a problem here for him. They are looking around. No Satchel on the 76, but unbeknownst to them, it was very close. But it looks like that medium Panzer IV was able to get behind him and take out that tank. So good work from the Panzer IV crew to go ahead and push their advantage in getting up behind them. K-Squad now securing everything here on the backside for PZLD. So PZLD is doing very well at making these front lines very messy here for the 27th. Moving back here into the Falcon Cam, looks like 27th still working to try to get bodies moved down here into the point. We do have an airhead here from the 27th that has spawned in, but looks like that is made short work of by A Squad, who have been able to clear that out here for PZLD. Odysseus, though, and Demonic back here on the cow sheds here of Hugo's farm. Roar looking around here, trying to find any bad guys that could possibly be, but Odysseus... Oh, looks like he was betrayed by a foot that got stuck out of the backside. And unfortunately, yeah, our blood spatters are out here. So unfortunately, Odysseus's foot clipped through the wall, allowing Well Wet Waffle to go ahead and remove him from the competition. All right, so it looks like now that we are nearing 1 hour on the stream, or 30 minutes, it looks like our delay has moved up, and we are currently live for those of you guys on the back side. So let's take a look and make sure everything is moving appropriately for them, and it looks like it is. So good work. We'd like to see that. Go ahead and share this out with people here in the Hell Let Loose community so that they know it is live now. All right, and with that, we are now live. Now, I do also want to point out that my buddy, also from the 22nd, Awake, is casting from the side of PZLD. So, I highly suggest you guys go ahead and take a look at that and see if you want to be able to see. Now that we can see both sides, at least, it's not as needed, but still, I invite you to go check out his stream as he has some great commentary and some great analysis as well. PZLD, though, able to control all of that point very securely now that 27th's little incursion into the point has been eliminated. Garrison here for PZLD is very well secure here. Eli Pope, though, moving up, trying to do what he can to take it out. PZLD Vegas, Eli Pope going after it. Steroid Squirrel, though, unfortunately was not as sneaky there, as Eli Pope was able to eliminate him. Eli Pope moving around, just trying to do what he can to find wherever this possible garrison may be. Him and his buddies are making it warm. Got a Steph coming off Jay-Z as well, as the Ice Warrior zeroes in on those gunshots. Flare goes up. Jay-Z shooting that flare up, as the Tiger Tank back here trying to secure this. Oh, Gray Ford, though, not able to get a satchel on him, though, unfortunately. But the Ice Warrior moving up Garrison. Nasty able to get around, take him out. Good work by Nasty here to secure that Garrison. Gray Ford also removed from the competition. But FS Spacey moving on up. That Garrison indeed has been marked out in command chat. More and more 27th bodies moving up. So 27th now have been able to respond back to the issues that were forcing them to have some problems back here in the 5 points area. So they've cleared that all out. Good work on their part to be able to do so. And they have now been able to gain that front line advantage, stretching from Dugout over into the 5 points area. So front line right now for 27th looking pretty good when it comes to trying to block everything out. PZLD really is basing off of this one garrison, so they're really going to need to try to get something up here, up in this area, to try to help push their way down into Dugout, because they're going to need to attack this area from both sides. Ideally, they're going to be getting up here into the 5 point section to help aid their push into the point there, but as of right now, they need to focus on trying to get something going there. E Squad, though, here on the western side, again, we saw them anchoring up here for the push into Dugout, so they are doing very well at continuing to hold that map edge and force their way here into Hugo's farm. So good coordination going on the 27th portion here to go ahead and make sure that they are really gaining that sector control and just kind of forcing PZLD to play back on their back foot a little bit here. So Sergeant Booty Popper and Captain Saucy moving on up against Cream Puff and Bocephus. I'll throw out a disclaimer, just like everything else here. I'll do everything I can to pronounce your name right, but I tell you, sometimes my brain is not going to put all those letters and numbers in the right order, and for some reason, it's just not going to work out. So, apologies to anybody involved that might be offended by any type of mispronunciation. It's not done out of ill intent. It's just a guy sitting in a room somewhere trying to talk about a video game. So appreciate you guys, though, tuning in, joining us for this matchup here. We are now past that halfway mark, or past that 30-minute mark. Initial cap going to PZLD on the midpoint of Dugout, but 27th able to go ahead and strong arm their way back into the point, and have now been able to force their way onto the front doorstep here of Hugo's farm here, forcing PZLD to go ahead and keep pushing on back. Now, PZLD does have a double stack of heavy tanks, so something that we were wondering how they'd be able to do and getting bodies and getting those heavy tanks up into the field, they are able to go ahead and get those spawned in. So they now own pretty much this whole left side. But with that, one tank was removed. So as we were just talking about it, that Tiger tank was taken out. So I wonder if that 76 up here had an angle at it. Let's go ahead and take a look and see where that 76 is sitting. Looks like it very much did. So shout out here to Biscuits and his crew, able to go ahead and get on up here and remove that Tiger tank from the battle. Already getting hits on the second Tiger tank here. He is completely unsupported here by infantry. So this Tiger tank here, crewed by Rev, is forced to retreat here, as that 76 was able to get that first hit on them. So good work from Biscuits and his crew. They are definitely going out and having the time of their lives right now in staying up and eliminating these enemy tanks that are coming in. Misguided and Hugo Schultz going at it on the far side as Artie comes in, takes out the back half of Misguided's squad. Misguided is now all by themselves back here. Pharaoh's Lair, the only thing close as they take out an OP off of that. Most likely Pharaoh's Lair OP, but this garrison's still spawning in. Misguided now facing Kitten and Pharaoh's Lair as Booty Popper and the rest of his squad come back in from that artillery blast that came in and was able to get him out. Oh, and another artillery blast comes in, takes out the rest of them again. So 2 times in a row, taken out by artillery blasts from the Axis side. Misguided though, even though they're by themselves, able to take out Kitten as well as that garrison here. So Pharaoh's Lair able to get their OP right back up. But unfortunately, gonna need to get a support player here to go ahead and get that garrison right back up. Artie still coming in here for the PZLD on that on E Squad's OP. E Squad spawns right back in. Captain Saucy Misguided is splitting up. Ooh, close Artie shell landing in on Captain Saucy. And the rest of the PZLD force is able to get back there and help out with the defense. So E Squad's OP now on that map edge is, let's just put it plainly, neutralized, as that Artie is now landing on top of it. And they are going to be forced to either come off garrisons or risk coming in off of that OP that just is pounded here by the Axis artillery. All right, so PZLD starting to make a good push here up map edge. Misguided coming off that OP again, trying to tempt the fates to see how that Artie shell is going to land in for him. As that Artie shell, that Axis artillery man, he's coming in very good on the switches as those strikes appear to be hitting very, very consistently, very quickly. So now Sergeant Booby Popper all the way up here pretty much by themselves. Captain Saucy, let's go ahead and see how long he lives here. Whether his death will come by small arms or by RT, that's no doubt going to be hitting very shortly. But it looks like he has been able to move off of it just enough here. Captain Saucy, though, moving on up here, doesn't know that he has got about 6 enemies staring him right in the face. Able to eliminate 1, but Commander Osiris able to clear that out as well. No doubt Osiris communicating to his Artie man that they are pushing up, as we see Artie smoke coming in, taking out that OP here. Misguided moving up on Osiris. Misguided shooting, missing, but Osiris able to get the final laugh with his MP40, able to take out Misguided, now eliminating the E Squad OP. So PZLD very much able to get themselves back into the swing of things here, as they now are in control of the area front door of Hugo's farm. Flare from Bear unfortunately gets captured by the curvature of the hill, unable to go ahead and get spawned out so they can get any type of intel there. So unfortunately, Bear's flare is gonna not bear down appropriately, and will be just fizzled out on the ground. PZLD Vegas moving on JP Walk though, both knowing the other one's there, peeking around, not wanting to be the first person to move. Right around that corner, PZLD Vegas holding tight. Looks like may have taken some shots at somebody across the field, opening the door for JP Walk. PZLD Vegas panicking here, moving around here. JP Walk able to go ahead and stay right in his place. But Vegas moving around the backside. Let's see if that vantage will be able to help him out, as looks like Well Wet Waffle was able to take out JP Walk. All right, looks like new flare has been popped up by the Axis side here, so good work from them. But FS Spacey and the Ice Warrior, Gray Fox, moving around here on this front side, really next to the garrison. No spawns in for PZLD, so it is pretty open and vulnerable right at the moment. Just on the other side of this wall in the bush here. But Gray Fox moving the opposite way here. So luckily for PZLD, that garrison's not going to be going away right now. Still is warm, but it looks like the 27th side is not quite aware of its presence. D-Squad, though, getting around here on the backside. Steroid Squirrel got a Steph. Moving on, able to take the garrison out behind the point here. Royal, though, trying to get behind and see what they can do to hold and to figure out what in the world just happened that the garrison was eliminated. But contesting now on hard cap here for the PZLD here. Got a Steph Steroid Squirrel making some good entryways here. Let's go ahead and we're going to take a look. 76 up here, kind of by themselves, starting to get surrounded by some enemy infantry. As Kitten moves up, able to get an OP out. Good smoke from the Axis artilleryman again. Just kind of masking where that 76 is. Kitten, unfortunately, not able to do anything to this tank as Odysseus takes a couple shots missing. But the 76 is going to be able to get those final shots. Flares going up from both sides here at the moment. As 27th still holds 5 points, but as of right now, got a few bodies there, forcing them to kind of look around and figure out what in the world is going on. Great play by Biscuits, though, and his crew to know that they need to go ahead and back on up out of here. So good work on the Biscuit side to know that sense the danger and retreat back to the relative safety of the hedgerows here. Now, PZLD is going to need to get something up here if they're going to want to keep pushing down here into this area. Even if it takes the moving of this garrison right here on Hugo's farm in order to do it, that's something that Commander Osiris is going to need to be looking at. Looks like we have lost that garrison that we were talking about just a minute ago here, as I Squad 4 27th hasn't been able to clear out that area. So now this whole area back here is available for them to go ahead and continue pushing on into the point. So this now has exceeded the longest match the 27th has played, as their longest matches were all under 45 minutes as we're nearing this 45-minute mark here. Digging, JP Walk moving on up and through the trenches. Chowlette, though, able to get his FG-42 on, take out JP Walker and Diggy. Eli Pope now the lone man on the hedgerow. All right. Looks like Goddess Bussy up here. Flare up. Noticing now that they have been able to hold that front door. Cap pressure, though, majorly coming in for PZLD. As we see an airhead drop in here. Most likely... Oh, actually, based off of the amount of manpower resources, I believe that is going to be a PZLD airhead here. Coming on in, Hugo Stiglitz. Watch that, making sure it's going to land appropriately. As now there's no spawn here for 27th. So 27th going to be in full retreat mode here as that airhead's coming down. Demonic, though, noticing that it's there, sees it land. Oh, but Steroid Squirrel able to take him out. FS Spacey moving on up. Hugo Schultz, though, hearing that smoke grenade pop on up. So they are going to open that up for their rest of their squad to be able to spawn in back here. So PZLD now nearing just over 50% of the way capped. Not able to get that airhead spawn here, though. So with that, airhead marked, looks like from the 27th side is not quite accurate enough. So not going to be able to help out their artilleryman at all there. But they have been able to control this western side now. Odysseus moving on up. pre-moored, potentially just took out that airhead. Yes, they did. So that spawn is going to go away. But right now, we notice in this game, a lot of times it's not the first time that you put pressure on a point that it ends up going in your way. Because just like this, 27th has been able to respond back. However, 27th has been able to respond back so much that they have left a lot of this area open. So PZLD is now going to be needed. They're going to need to push up, take advantage of this push to establish their garrison networks here a little bit stronger. We did see this 76 get removed here from the backside. It looks like by Nixie Orange and their squad, by their tank crew, got behind him in that Panzer IV. So somehow that Panzer IV went unmarked here on the backside, and they have been able to go ahead and cause some issues here for the 27th Field Artillery Unit. JP Walk, though, looking to get the satchel on. Does he do it? Yes, he does. So JP Walk getting that satchel on. Nixie Orange now having to try to get around here, knowing that JP Walk is there. They're going into full defensive mode here to try to defend the tank, but they do not know, it appears, that tank is already satcheled. So that is going to go ahead and go up in smoke here as we are nearing about 5 seconds left on that satchel, thinking they're making a clean getaway. Nixie Orange, though, is going to blow up right there, eliminating the tank threat here from the backside for the 27th. But with that opening, we see that this 27th Tiger has been able to move on up. So Rev and his crew sucking into that empty void left by that previous 76 and that Panzer IV. So Panzer IV definitely giving its full go here. And allowing that Tiger tank to go ahead and get moved on up. Now, looks like we are starting to be a little we are a little damaged here on the backside for Revenant's squad, but this is going to put them in a very good, strong position to blast down into that hard cap here for Dugout. So, good movement as Ghost appears to be able to get out, and it looks like he's going to go ahead and start that rep process. But unfortunately, Gimp able to take him out. Oh, now we have Rev with a two-man crew here. Unfortunately, Gimp able to get behind him and take out a few of them. Forced into the driver's seat here. Rev is going to go ahead and get that moved on out here, leaving We Love Bando to continue manning that gun. But cap pressure coming back in here for the 27th, as they have been able to capitalize on that a little bit and start moving those OPs up. Now, unfortunately, if they lose these outposts, they are not going to be able to get back into the point very quickly. Closest garrison is Hugo's Farms garrison, or just south here of AA Network. So, no doubt they're going to need to be getting some of those up here very shortly, as we see cap progress coming in here, or contesting here on Hugo's farm here from Verbal Penetration and Demonic, who Demonic, the latter, was taken out, as Verbal is now the only one back there. PZLD, though, still putting pressure on 27th, as we see the point contested and flickering here. Okay, yeah, so initial OPs are starting to be removed here for PZLD, and it's forcing PZLD to come all the way back to these areas. Okay. Excuse me, we have been able to get a garrison up here for PZLD, but a return airhead coming in for 27th here on the backside by Hugo's farm. Let's go ahead and take a look and see where this is going to land. It's Commander Lost Sauce looking to go ahead and get that in. Roar did not see that potentially, but he is able to eliminate Gimp. So with that, Gimp not able to go ahead and protect that airhead as it comes in. And we know the bombing run was just used here by Commander Lot Sauce to help save the Dugout point here. Demonic, though, moving on up. Just for kicks and giggles, let's take a look, as we have now been updated that it appears that our scoreboard might be working appropriately. So let's take a look and see if that is the case, because that will also show us the total number of kills. And who doesn't just love additional information like that? I know I do. Looks like we might be up and working. So let's go ahead and take that. Let's go ahead and turn the main clock off. Yes, we are working, ladies and gentlemen. We are cooking with fire now. So with that, we have our information back in the game. So let's go ahead. We're going to take a look and see exactly how we're looking now, as we are at that 40-minute mark with the information that we have. Might as well, you know. Okay, so currently we are sitting at PZLD with sitting 457 on the kills side. 27th with 387. So the edge is definitely going to PZLD here on the kill side, almost nearing about 70, 80 kills here in favor of PZLD. But it just goes to show you how close this match has been between the two of them. 27th now getting bodies, more and more bodies back. Garrison was eliminated here for PZLD here on the map edge, so they're no longer going to be able to get that, but Misguided getting some shots here on this Tiger tank as Rev may be the only member of this. It looks like Ghost was able to go ahead and get back up into the tank here, but Misguided, it looks like he Misguided has engined potentially this tank, so it is not able to move around too much. Does not sound like that hit. That sounded like that splashed off the backside. So unfortunately for Misguided, that second rocket blast not able to do too much as Rev is taken out, leaving Ghost and Well here to go ahead and back that sucker on up to eliminate any potential issues. JP Walk, though, eyeing another satchel kill, coming on up on this Tiger tank as the 27th field artillery unit appears to have responded very well to the backside and has now forced PZLD completely out of the sector, with the exception of E-Squad that somehow has ratted their way back here into the back line. Nugs and his squad just trying to do everything they can to disrupt that backside. Wet Waffle taking out JP Walk, who is licking their chops over the idea of getting another satchel kill on this Tiger tank, and unfortunately, that daydream is not going to come into effect right now. Okay, but as it currently stands, we've got Nixie Orange and his crew back up in this 70, or back here in this Tiger tank here. So right now, two heavy tanks here on the field for PZLD. We have 176 here on the backside for the 27th. Garrison put back up here for PZLD. Massive spawn wave off of it here, as they are now going to continue to work their way back up into the point from this map edge side. So going to use the support of this Tiger tank here, and it looks like they're going to double stack a Tiger tank here on this secondary side. So we need to get this Tiger tank built up here for PZLD here. They're going to need to get that healed up, as they are unaware as of right now that this 76 is approaching up from the backside. Now the 76, if that is open and available and is able to get a shot on that Tiger tank before it's fully repaired, could really put some damage into this double push here from PZLD here on the map edge. So we will keep our eyes over here for just a moment and just see what tank battle we have in store here. Allied artillery marking out on that corner where PZLD is going to be pushing out from. That's going to put a little bit of a dampener on PZLD's pushes, but if they're able to dodge those shells appropriately, they will be able to go ahead and survive that, as it will not hit and take out that garrison appropriately. But Viz 21 and Rev able to get that tank all the way repped up. So we've got one Tiger tank here from Nix's Orange already coming in, though, getting a good strike on it. Not taking out Viz, though, so unfortunately for them, they're going to continue to keep that repair stop up here on the backside. Let's take a look and see what this Tiger tank here from Nix's Orange and his crew will be able to see. Does not look like they have an angle on that 76. As it looks like this tank is the only one that's currently marked out here on the eastern side here for Rev and his crew. Biscuits and his guys, knowing that there's that garrison there, were they able to get it? Yes, it looks like they were able to get that garrison with that HE shell, so good work on Rev and his crew. Or not by Rev, but Biscuit, sorry. Biscuit and his crew to go ahead and get that garrison taken out here. All right. So zooming on out here, let's look and see how we're progressing here on the side here. So PZLD still working completely off of this left side. Now 27th, though, still sitting with a very good garrison network. None of these garrisons over here are warm, but garrison on Dugout has been eliminated by this little E squad back here that's been able to get back there and cause some damage. So we're going to break away from that, though, here real fast as we hear shots coming in against the 76. Looks like Nix's Orange able to get there, and with the help of his secondary crew here by Rev, able to take out that 76. So full armor advantage now going to PZLD. Let's go ahead and see if they'll double stack these tanks here on this western side, on the map edge, and push up into that point. Airhead coming in, it looks like for Commander Osiris. And let us see if a bombing run will accompany it. But it's just about this time that you would see that coming in. Let's see if we can go ahead and take a look and see where that's going to come on in. Yep, bombing run coming in for Commander Osiris, though. Angled pretty much on the backside. They know that that garrison from the front is gone. But it looks like Commander Osiris not getting any additional intel about the garrisons on the western side of the board. I apologize. Here is Falcon Studios. We have been fighting a sick bug here. So with any sniffles that you might hear in the backside here, as Sergeant Booty Popper, though, is able to take that is going to be able to get that airhead out before that. Oh, no! They were half a second too late. Woo! Booty Popper not able to get that airhead. So Gimp and Stillmax now are the only people that are going to be able to help out. Stillmax, though, coming in with the bazooka. Gimp not going to have any grenades, but Stillmax able to get that bazooka round out. Did not eliminate the airhead spawn. Oh, Stillmax is gone. They're going to get a spawn off of this. PZLD is. So with that, airhead now being shielded here by smoke. Going to make it even more difficult for Bear that's going to be pushing in here. Are we going to get a spawn? No spawn wave off of it yet. We are definitely past 30 seconds. Bear moving on up. Oh, didn't see the airhead. Bear, unfortunately, not seeing the airhead. That smoke here from the Axis side. We're able to go ahead and get that up here. But Captain Saucy able to get back up, make up for past life mistakes, and has now eliminated that garrison, that airhead. So, unfortunately, PZLD not able to get additional pressure onto that, but we do start to see pressure from the 27th here on Hugo's farm. Diggity, though, moving up on top of the garrison. Diggity able to get the garrison out. But a quick spawn wave off of Roar HD's OP, able to eliminate him. Eli Pope now the only man here in the hard cap. 427th. As they have been able to balance it out now. No more additional pressure coming in on that point at the moment. Let's take a look and see how these 76s are moving up here into the point. Or not 76s, but Tigers. Nixie Orange causing havoc. Definitely being the more aggressive side. Must have that Tiger tank available for him again if they go ahead and go down. As that is a 10-minute cooldown. You don't want to lose that. 27th, though, getting spawn wave back here on the backside. So, definitely an evidence that PZLD is pushing bodies forward and trying to use this advantage that they have. But with that at the same time, 27th putting more and more cap pressure here on Hugo's farm. Still, one garrison put up here for 27th. But Nixie Orange not knowing that it's there. Nixie Orange not knowing that it's there. Drove right by. 27th still pushing pressure onto Hugo's farm. We're going to go ahead and zoom on right back here and see what things can happen here, as it appears that they're really just kind of coming through that front door. No garrison network, though, to support it, though. And they are working completely off of OPs, though. More and more pressure, though, still coming in for 27th as they are nearing about 25% of the way capped on this point. Primordial Rage taking out Hugo Stiglitz. Leaving Wet Waffle the only person back here that can help them right at the moment. Still no garrison here for PZLD as we are nearing 50% of the way capped here. Wet Waffles needing to get some bodies back up in here as no OPs are even in the area. Closest OP is H Squad that was funneling down into it. Now with the support of L Squad, most likely gonna look to try to get their OP up here. I don't know why that's not quite there yet. But anyway, we are nearing 60% of the way capped here. PZLD on the back foot, trying to do everything they can. Kind of caught with their little push going on. Overcommitted to the push. And unfortunately, 27th is now 75% of the way capped. More and more pressure coming on in. But PZLD forced all the way back. And now that push is completely gone here on Dugout. Responding back. But not enough as 27th now owns this point. Hardcap fully in control of the 27th. BS-21 just trying to get in and do what they can to kill as many of these guys as they can. But now a very lone wolf here in a pack of just mountain lions that are just going to take him out. So JP Walk able to get that out. Point's going to flip over here to 27th. So even without the extra garrison support, 27th was able to get enough bodies flooded up into the point by using those OPs that they are able to go ahead and get that spawn. So now we are at a 4-1 here for 27th. PZLD still putting up a good fight here. Let's see, 1-2. 2 OPs placed back up here. 3 OPs now. So officers here for PZLD responding very nicely, trying to get OPs back up here for their squads to try to get bodies back up into the point. But 27th now definitely in full control of the hard cap. PZLD Vegas, the only person back here pressuring, but Primordial Rage able to go ahead and get him out of here. So with that, Garrison goes up for the 27th. So let's go ahead and we're going to get a look at the Falcon Cam now. See how this Garrison network is going to shape up here, as we already have bodies moving into the corner here on this backside. A little demonic here, being a little demon back here for 27th as he continues to try to flush around for a Garrison that is non-existent back there on the backside. Garrison network starting to move up nicely here for the 27th, as they've got 1 additional support Garrison, looking to get 1 probably up here in this area as well. But until that happens, having those 2 Garrisons here for a 35 versus 35 match, that's not going to be too bad. They'll be able to get bodies back up into the point if they need it. But that Tiger tank retreating from the battle, very much damaged here, but giving it a good effort that they were able to go ahead and make some help and try to get on the backside there for PZLD, but unfortunately that wasn't quite enough here. Nixie Orange, though, moving back up here in the Panzer IV, they were able to get some issues going with earlier, taking out that 76. But a nice bloom coming here from the 27th to go ahead and maintain their control over Hugo's farm. So that'd be a lesson to you guys out there. 27th executing at a very high level here, moving bodies up as quickly as possible, establishing those garrison networks, and working to get as many bodies back up here on the point, as now they have full control over Hugo's farm and most of the surrounding area. PZLD forced to have to come back down along the hedgerows, leaving this 76 here to go ahead and help watch this backside. So with that, tank situation currently looks like 176 still for the Allies. 27th only running 1 tank squad, but a Tiger and a Panzer IV coming in on the backside for the Axis forces, as we see an airhead starting to drop here on the backside. Let's go ahead and take a look maybe and see if... Nope, that Lux is not manned, not crewed. Tiger tank spawned in here by Lost Sauce. But unfortunately for the Allies, that airhead's going to land right next to an enemy garrison. Does not look like it's gone noticed, though, from the PZLD front, so they might be able to get bodies spawned onto this, because as of right now, most of the pressure moving up for PZLD is on the front line. H-Squad, though, Cream Puff, might have been the only Axis Force player to know that airhead dropped. Now, if 27 is able to get a spawn wave in here, they'll be right on top of that garrison, and we'll take it right out, as they are literally standing right on top of it. FS Spacey and Goddess not being spacey there, able to move right on up, get that garrison removed. Cream Puff, though, able to take out Goddess, but FS Spacey able to get the trade, as now we have an airhead up here in the backside for 27th. 27th going for the jugular as we round this 28-minute mark. 1/3 left in this match here. Again, I'm Night Falcon. I'm here casting with you guys today. On the other side is my friend Awake, casting from the PZLD front. And invite you guys to go check out his stream if any of you care to be able to do that as well. And massive spawn wave coming here off of the 27th airhead that's gone down here on the backside. So to give you a quick recap before we start moving here into potentially the final movements here, PZLD able to get the initial cap on Dugout, but 27th able to respond nicely, able to get in, box out the point, and take it over. Cream Puff, though, moving on up, trying to get this airhead out, but not able to take out Odysseus here. Commander Osiris now also alerted to the airhead's presence, as plenty of guys here are starting to flood here into the corner Closest garrison for PZLD right on the front door, so they'll be able to get bodies right back up into the point. FS Spacey, though, with a garrison like Bloodhound knows, moved on up and was able to eliminate that garrison. So garrison front door, FS Spacey just sniffing that right out. Steel Max moving up, able to be taken out by Kitten, though. Cap pressure no longer coming in here on the corner for 27th, but PZLD getting bodies here into the backside onto Hugo's farm. So we got movement on both points here at the moment. Initial rocket coming in from Gimp. Unfortunately, not going to be able to do too much there. Demonic, though, coming in here, switched off from the sniper class, moving on over, just trying to keep up with this tank here as Rev and his crew try to get back and remove this airhead that's not there. But Cap progress coming back in for the 27th. I don't know if Demonic, I don't know if Rev and his squad know the Demonics here, but Demonic trying to put in his best 4-minute mile time, trying to turn around and just get some type of satchel here on it. We're gonna keep focused on here because this is a kind of a big moment here. If they're able to get this Tiger tank out, then that would be big. But it looks like Rev and his crew know that he is there as that turret. No worse thing that you want to see as you are running off against a tank here is to see that turret come around. But being engined, Demonic is able now to get that satchel on it. Luckily for him, Eddie's rocket was not able to take him out, nearing 50% of the way capped. But with that teamwork, even though it is going to take plenty of rockets to get that 4 rockets to get that tank out of here, 27th able to do it. Now, PZLD in full retreat mode here, trying to get back and salvage what they can, but about 2/3 of the way capped here now for 27th as we have 3 or 4 bodies here, more spawning in the hard cap. Most likely this OP is now completely full on that squad. So PZLD needing to rush right down here into the point, and reinforce is down. So anybody they get into the hard cap is going to be helpful. So for 27th, it is going to be pivotal. They win every battle here. Even though they are nearing 80% of the way capped, it is not over yet as there we go. We now see contested here coming in for PZLD. 27th, though, able to get that OP spawn wave off. Keeps ticking on in. More and more PZLD. We are going back and forth, ladies and gentlemen. We are just about dead even here in the cap progress, though. 27th, though, able to get bodies here. More and more bodies. Tiger tank here from Rizzy. Pushing on in. This is going to help out greatly when it comes to cap pressure here for PZLD. As PZLD now, even with the spawn wave of the OP, we're not able to clear it out. PZLD still in cap majority here at the moment. OP eliminated here. Nope, H Squad's OP still is up. We have a bombing run coming in, though. PZLD pushing in hard from that left side. PZLD's attack on Hugo's form completely wiped out here at the moment. But bombing run here coming in for one of the sides. I'll be honest, I don't know which one it is because it doesn't give me any inclination that this could be an Axis bombing run. But I'm guessing it probably is based off of the location of it. Tiger tank now back here all by themselves as defensive pressure back to about 50% here for PZLD. PZLD, though, with a good pressure here, right on up here into Hugo's farm here from Goddess Steph and their squad. They could start putting more and more pressure up on here. Let's take a look and see what 27th's spawns look like. Okay, everything's been eliminated for 27th. So as of right now, they do not have anything available to them to go ahead and get on back. N Squad, though, does have an OP in the back line. And we do have supplies dropping here for for 27th. That N Squad potentially was going to be looking to try to get an get a garrison up, but with that, they are eliminated. N Squad OP going to be eliminated as well here in just a moment. Yep, there it goes. So PZLD able to secure their backline again. Good work for them to go ahead and respawn back as quickly as they did. All right, so let's take a look. We now have 2 Tiger tanks here for PZLD. Oh, nope, 1 Tiger tank, 1 Panzer IV for PZLD. Let's take a look and see where our allied tank might be coming in here. Biscuits and his crew, where are you? Does not look like there is one currently on the moment. They may have all respawned, just trying to put more and more pressure back up for the 27th, which at the end of the day, they were just eliminated. And so with that, just putting more and more bodies onto the point, I could definitely see the strategy behind that. So good work on Lost Sauce to go ahead and get that coordination with his team going up there. Let's take a look here. Yeah, no tank on the road here currently for the Allies. Ice Warrior, though, moving up through the smoke. Cosmetic and Jay-Z not aware that he's there. Ice Warrior, ice in his veins to go ahead and just hide in this smoke. Wet Waffle firing his direction, though. Cosmetic, though, hearing Ice Warrior after those shots were let go, now eliminated him from that competition. Here, we're going to zoom out here for just 1 second. We'll be right back on the mic. Let's go ahead and just enjoy the nice scenery from the Falcon Cam. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what we've seen. So, AT from 27th has been on point. I mean, we saw earlier just when that tank, Tiger tank with Rev, was taken out earlier. Good coordination from 27th's AT, even with the additional rocket hits and the strength that these tanks were given. Even before the hotfix is supposed to launch tomorrow, I believe. They are in good coordination to go ahead and get on top of these tanks and get it eliminated. No garrison up here yet, as Gimp and Ice Warrior are starting to push up into the point. Gimp able to get an OP here, as Lenstradamus is able to take Gimp out, and Ice Warrior was eliminated as well. Gray Fox now the only man in the area, and he is now gone. Imperfect Rogue moving on down that hedge line. 27th in full control now of their defensive sector. No red little cherry is floating there. And PZLD all forced down here pretty much into their defensive sector as Pharaoh's Lair starting to move on up the point, seeing what they can do. Overall, it's a good gap. Might be able to get through and start some pressure here. AT gun here eliminated for the 27th. But a good little cheeky spot there as it is on the high ground looking down over that backside. All right. So here we can kind of see how the advancement of that garrison network is going here for 27th. With the push that they were able to get, they've been able to move up, get garrisons here. They had this garrison here. And with that, they're just kind of forcing their way here into the point. They don't have much going away on the backside, but currently PZLD having one garrison sitting right there. Looks like Commander Lost Sauce is going to hop back up in there and try his luck again on that same airhead location. Airhead now dropped in the sky, so let's take a look. Hugo Stiglitz, potentially the only person that might realize that that's there. But 27th very much in open and available resources available. As of right now, they do not have any damage or issues there. They are over 1,000 in every single sector. Hugo Stiglitz does not seem to be aware of this airhead coming down. Fist 21, the only PZLD guy moving in the direction of the airhead that's popping on down. Landing in the exact same location as it did before. VS 21, though, is going to be too far out of the way and with no grenades in his class there, because it looks like he is running the MP40. Yep, no grenades in his class there. Will not be able to throw things on here, so we might have a spawn here from 27th. Let's take a look and see if they are able to get it. Nope, Fist goes right to it, though. Fist able to get right on top of that, and it's going to eliminate that airhead. So good work on Vis to be very aware of that situation. Unfortunately, the reinforcements for 27th were not able to get back there in time to save the airhead. But with that, now they've completely opened up this western side here. Misguided, unfortunately, loses the battle here to Roar. As we near 17 minutes left in this match today. Kills, though, definitely highest that any of these teams have gotten so far. Still in favor of PZLD, though. 687 to 606 on the 27th side. But as it currently sits, 27th in very good contention here to go up for their first... not their first, but to help go back into that tie here with 11 ID for that top spot in Division 8. As they are going just to only have to hold these points here for another 15 minutes here. PZLD, though, moving bodies up here, up the point here. Pharaoh's Lair able to take out Odysseus. Goddess Ara, seeing the damage is being done back here, just sprays and prays this backside, able to get Kitten out. Goddess Steph, though, is able to take out Goddess Ara. The two goddesses going at it like something out on Mount Olympic here. Goddess Steph still just being a menace here, able to take out Steel Max. Odysseus, though, let's see if Odysseus will be able to take out Goddess Steph as we have a battle of... We're going to adopt Goddess Steph into that idea. Good grenades here from Goddess Steph. They're going to eliminate that OP. Yep, good work from Goddess Steph. So even though it was, let's, for the lack of a better term, manhandled, ganged up on there, they were able to go ahead and get that spawn off and taken out here for 27th here. But Goddess are unfortunately able to get that right back on up. And so we are right back to where they were. Good awareness here from them. Luckily that Goddess was able to spawn back on that OP before it was eliminated. PZLD still working to control this western side as 27th and Misguided. Sergeant Booty Popper still pushing on in. Wet Waffle shooting and Misguided. Grenade getting Misguided, though. Cosmetic, though, trying to hold down. Wet Waffle takes out Demonic. Booty Popper takes out Wet Waffle. Let's see if Cosmetic will be able to even the scales of justice here. This Bocephus running along map edge, does not know Booty Popper's there. Cream Puff, though, not wanting to be a Cream Puff. Moving on up, taking some shots at Booty Popper. Booty Popper ducks behind that hedge and the fence. Go ahead. Let's move on up into Sergeant Booty Popper's perspective here for a second. Going in here with the first person view. Moving on up here with the Thompson, we can see Cosmetic has been eliminated as well. Moving with his guys. Able to take out Cream Puff, who was trying to use the vertical advantage to his advantage, but unfortunately not able to do it. His 27th now is getting cap pressure. No Garrison currently sits on the corner for PZLD. So with that, 27th in full collapse mode here onto the point. Pop on here out of the first person. Sergeant Booty Popper getting the OP up. Most likely screaming, hey, fill me up. Fill up everybody here. Fill Booty Popper's OP. But 27 now in full control here of the hard cap as their 76 here now from Biscuit and his crew is moving in to support the push. Garrison locked out here for PZLD. Tiger Tank not going to get here in time, though. Halfway capped here already for 27th. As a horde of blueberries now is in the middle of that point. Last ditch effort here from this transport truck just to get a body here into the point here. K-Man, though, unfortunately, nobody else in his crew with him. Eliminated here by a well-placed shot from the 27th side. Booty Popper marking out that transport truck as we are now 80% of the way capped here for 27th. Looks like we are moving in the way in the direction of the 27th taking this cap here. And with that, securing their third 5-0 victory. Did not come as easily as the other ones, but a 5-0 victory nonetheless. And to add, this is the third fight that they have won on Sainte-Marie-Du-Mont. So if you're playing against 27th, I highly suggest map banning away from Sainte-Marie-Du-Mont, as they have now won 3 matches 5-0 here on Sainte-Marie-Du-Mont. So good work here on the 27th side to just keep pushing and battling out against this PZLD side. With that, we're going to go ahead and zoom on down here. And for the sake of giving Garrus a commendation here, let's go ahead and give it to Commander right up here, Lost Sauce, for good work on those garrison placements. Garrison network looked impeccable through the course of the match. And some very, very nice airheads that were placed down here. So good work on the 27th side. Total kills right now, looks like PZLD did outfrag 27th, as PZLD was able to stay on the defensive side a little bit more, and have 737 kills to 27th Field Artillery's 655. But here in 46 seconds, we'll be able to go ahead and pop on over, taking a look at the full match statistics here, and just see how those armor plays came into effect, with 27th not having more than 1 tank crew out there, but the infantry coming in clutch though, and able to really work a havoc, wreak havoc here on PZLD's armor. We knew going into it, PZLD had the armor kill advantage, and it can explain why if 27th has only ran 1 tank the entire time. But it looks like even with running the 1 tank, Biscuit and his crew were able to do some very, very good work in taking out enemy tanks. So doing as much as some of the other tank crews might get. And it looks like, I apologize that my scoreboard might not have updated appropriately there. So that whole time it said 3-2, and I apologize for that. But with that, let's go ahead. We're going to move on over to our desktop and take a look and see exactly how all of these all of the stats came together here for 27th. All right, so quick breakdown. Rolo running that Axis artillery is going to lead our top of the leaderboard here for the match with 72 kills. PZLD Vegas, though, also Axis squad member, able to get 71 kills running with that STG, most likely. I believe that's exactly what we're looking at. No, Gavir 43. So let that be a lesson to you, all those STG bots out there. Not needed to get the highest amount of kills. Misguided, though. Plenty of rocket kills. Get the Rocket Man Award. 6 kills with the bazooka, 64 kills. But in total, let's look here. So infantry kills, 585 to 591. So from the infantry standpoint, total kills, the advantage goes to the allies just by a matter of 6. That just goes to show you how many kills, how different this, how close this match was the entire time. Machine guns not playing much of an advantage for either squad here. Artillery, though, definitely that 70 kills came up big here for PZLD in trying to slow that 27th Field Artillery push, but unfortunately not enough. Armor, PZLD able to gain the advantage here as well. 103 kills to 27 kills. So it looks like Biscuit and his crew definitely went the route of being able to focus on anti-armor abilities. So armor, arty, and infantry, we're just going to call that a wash at 50-50. All advantages going to PZLD, but just kind of just got outmatched, and 27th able to go ahead and hold their advantage in those sectors, to just go show you that even though you get more and more kills, that doesn't necessarily win you these matches, as PZLD was 5-0'd, unfortunately. But they did give it a very good fight. So shout out to 27th, shout out to PZLD. Very good match on everybody's front here. But overall, we're very happy to be able to come and join you guys here in this matchup today against PZLD and 27th. I'm going to take that, and we're going to go ahead and just thank you guys for joining us today. Anybody that's still there, wish you would invite you to go ahead and give us this stream a like, give it a subscribe. We do everything we can here at Falcon Studios to give you guys as much content as possible as we're reviewing these matches. So it goes a long way, and it takes you hopefully just a few seconds to give us those likes, those subscribes. But with that, we will close the book on this match here of week 4 in the TPL Division 8, and look forward to seeing you guys next week and the week after as we move into more and more TPL play. Thank you very much for joining.